Nikita Mazepin is kicked out of Haas by team officials. Of course, Nikita is furious and is extremely mad at his team, but some other drivers are saying that he shouldn't be in F1 at all, or that Haas made the right decision because his father is a friend of Putin. In this video, we'll tell you how other drivers, like his former teammate Schumacher, or other drivers like Russell and Perez, think about this weird situation. Some of these comments will shock you. Let's get into it. Before the war erupted between his country and Ukraine, the Russian driver was lined up alongside Mick Schumacher for the team for a second straight season. The FIA surprisingly conceded to allow Russian and Belarusian stars to participate as neutral athletes in the wake of Russia's invasion of Ukraine, despite international demand to exclude Russian competitors. Let us hear some of the F1 drivers' thoughts about Haas firing Nikita Mazepin. George Russell. George Russell was one of the drivers identified by Nikita Mazepin as he listed individuals who had contacted him following his dismissal from Haas. George Russell has revealed what he said to Nikita Mazepin after Haas fired the Russian racer. The team fired the man from Moscow after Haas severed links with the team's principal sponsor, Uralkali, owned by his billionaire father, Dmitry. Russell stated, "There was absolutely nothing political. I think all of our views of what is going on in the world are absolutely united. Obviously, regardless of his background, he is a driver who has dreamt of Formula One his whole career and reached it. Now that dream has disappeared for the obvious reasons. I just said, keep your chin up, as simple as that. Nothing political in it, just personal." Mick Schumacher. Mick Schumacher is one of the many notable Formula One drivers who has spoken out against the escalation of violence between the two countries and called for Ukraine's safety. "Hello, I know I've been quiet on here on Instagram during testing, but watching this year unravel in Ukraine, it just didn't feel right. This is absolutely heartbreaking. My deepest thoughts and support goes out to all the innocent lives affected by this devastating war. This should have never been the situation, and I pray for these unnecessary actions of violence to stop." Sergio Perez. On the other hand, Sergio Perez does not believe it is fair for sports federations to prohibit Russian athletes from competitions. According to the Red Bull racing driver, they have no impact on Russian President Vladimir Putin's decisions. Perez stated, "I'm afraid I have to disagree because I believe the Russian athlete is not to blame for his president's actions. Of course, the sanctions imposed on Russia for its invasion of Ukraine played a significant role in the fate of the Russian driver. Even before the FIA announced restrictions on Russian drivers, sanctions against him, it ended the 23-year-old career." Helmut Marko. Helmut Marko has stated that he is open to Russian drivers competing in Formula One as long as they oppose Russian President Vladimir Putin's conduct. Nikita Mazepin's contract with Haas was just terminated, and he will not participate in 2022 due to his father Dmitry's connections with Uralkali, the team's title sponsor. Mazepin Sr. was pictured meeting with Russian President Vladimir Putin, whose contentious siege of Ukraine has sparked considerable condemnation worldwide. While Red Bull advisor Marko acknowledged that the company's ties to Russian fertilizer manufacturer Uralkali warranted care, he questioned the choice to penalize individual athletes. When asked if he is still enjoying traveling for his F1 career in a recent interview with Austrian Daily, the 78-year-old referred to his experience living through World War II. Marko stated, "I was hoping that the corona madness would slowly be over," Marko replied. "Now comes the war. I witnessed the Yugoslav war 30 years ago up close. But that's a completely different dimension now with the brutality and the threat of nuclear weapons." In addition to Mazepin, the Russian Grand Prix has been dropped from this season's F1 calendar, bringing the total number of planned races back down to 22. The 2022 Formula One season was poised to be the biggest, with an unprecedented 23 races on the schedule, but the sport was quick to condemn the Sochi pit stop. Marko also added, "I think that the Russian GP being removed is justified. Excluding Mazepin is justified insofar as his cockpit is financed with Russian money. National teams should also be excluded, but individual athletes? Hello, there must be no personal liability. Or do you want to forbid Russian soprano Anna Rebko to sing?" The head of Red Bull's driver development program concluded by saying he would let athletes who clearly distance themselves from Putin start. Mazepin is so grateful to know that there are drivers who understand him. It is so hard for him, but he cannot do anything regarding the situation. So what do you think? Is firing Nikita Mazepin the right decision, or is it just a form of discrimination? So speaking of Nikita Mazepin, do you also want to know what other F1 drivers think about Nikita Mazepin? From Nicholas Kayesa, Mika Salo, and many more. Don't hesitate to click the video anywhere on your screen right now to discover more things about Nikita Mazepin.